first corner is the most pressure you're going to feel across this whole race. Getting it off the line is one of the toughest things you can do as you get 5 lights up. And the Bathurst Enduro is underway for Split 2 with a great start from the front runners and the TMX boys as well inside of the top 10 as they run round turn number 1. You can see Lawrence has got a good start away. They've kept themselves nice, clean and consistent, Sinka. For the final race of the season, it's a scramble towards turn 1 for the front runners and the whole field in behind. Another old race from 3-1 already. Davison and Sinka wanting to try and keep right on the tail of Doug Brown. Now the rolling was the one at the front already as well. Phase there, Katakazinas.
Yes, he did.
Labouring still going at each other here. 3 minutes down, we've got 17 minutes to go. They're going to go round a lot of times. It's 1 minute 21 lap times here. We're not going to stop. Shane Ratcliffe by now as well. Ray Oliver's got Bradley Wall alongside. Looks like Daniel Harding has had some form of incident. We'll pick up on that one in a minute. But Oliver on the inside, got to come back behind him.
Further back as we're underway, James Scott will lead them up the hill, up towards turn 1. Can they keep it clean? There's already contact with Dolphin and Stone Street on the straight as they run round turn 2. Dodge and Warboy being cautious off the exit of turn 1. What a run off the line, but an atrocity has happened to Troy Stone Street off the start. There's no other way to say Sinka. I think it was him off of Will Brown and just absolutely Superman punched him straight into the wall on the left hand.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the penultimate round of the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals. We are bringing you the race tonight from Portland. I'm not sure if it's Portland, Oregon or which Portland it is, but we'll get more of that info from our resident American who's waiting for me to shut up because I never know when to keep quiet. But we are going to go and have a look at the ladders and see how everything is traveling for the penultimate round as we start from the AMs. The AMs are being led out by Brendan Hickman, privateer, above Ash Glover from Rogue Racing by 8 points. The total fight for the top step of the championship for the AMs is still up for grabs with 2 rounds to go. Greggy Johnson has got himself in the Pinnacle position of 3rd. He might have that capped off because the fight behind him is for that spot with Joey Black and David Bowman. They've still got their hands ready to take that position off Greggy Johnson. In 6th place, we've got Shane Newens from Mueller Racing. 7th place, David Simmons from Waipool Racing Apex League. 8th place, Stephanie Picoldi from Apex Esports League. In 9th place, Brad Dines from Dine Tunes Racing. 10th place, Wayne Edwards from Web Sim Racing. And 11th place, Brad Anderson from Team SRW Motorsports. Let's take us to the Pro-Ams, where the battle has been hotting up and it's still down to the top 3, maybe even 4. Looks like Chop might get a hand in there too. Greg Cook from the Projects 36 team is out in front with the drop round of 706, 18 points ahead of Thomas Sunny Cena from the SLM Academy. Further behind him is Cam Hardwick in 3rd place from SLM Academy, 15 points adrift. Chris Tomlin from LCR Esports is a further 52 behind. The top 4 can still take it and rotate it around. We've seen what can happen in these races, and it does happen. We've seen people have accidents in the last lap to win titles. We've seen people run out of fuel to win titles. In the 6th place, 5th, we'll go to 5th actually, Russell Gander from Vortex Sim Racing. 6th place, Kevin Wakefield from LCR Esports. 7th place, James Doyle from the Koala Cartel. 8th place, Elliot D from Team Pear-Shaped Racing. 9th place, Mark Snow from the SLM Academy. And 10th place, Dean Sinkovich from Team SRW Motorsports. And 11th place, Joshua King from Team SRW Motorsports. 12th place is Mark Cochran from the Apex Esports League. 13th is Stevie Daniels. I was going to rechristen him then from LCR Esports. And 14th place, Ryan Price from Upscale E-Motorsports. In 15th, Morgan Dial. And at the pointy end of the ladder, the pros, they've been fighting it out for 8 rounds. The penultimate round comes down to this one. Joshua Horn looks like he's got this sewn up. There's lots of points to be grabbed between tonight and next round, but I think 140 might be too much of a deficit for Thomas Cooley from the Koala Cartel in 2nd place. Cruz McVie from Koala Cartel in 3rd, a further 5 points behind his teammate. Still fighting for the title in the 2nd place. And the podiums are complete because Carter Dines in the last few rounds has had some amazing runs and got himself within 47 points of Cruz McVie. Daniel Byrne missed a few rounds in the beginning of the season, has got himself all the way to 5th place from Carling Motorsports. In Trev Mortimer from the Rogue Racing Australia is in 6th place. 7th place, the resident old fella, Guns Out Gowans, is in Full Throttle Racing / SLM Academy in 7th place. 8th place, young Alex Azikas, who's had a cracking season this season from Murray Performance Racing, travelling not too far behind him. And as we go down the rest of the ladder, 9th place, Liam Jensen, Koala Cartel. 10th place, Liam Tipping from the Koala Cartel. 11th place, Danny Bartouche from SRT Motorsports. 12th place, David Gallo from Carling Motorsports. 13th place, Callum Hodgkinson from OPR. 14th, Mitchy Noble from Sim Racing Brotherhood. 15th place, Jace Douglas from the Murray Performance Racing. 16th place, Jamie Davis Project 36. 17th place, Brandon Levin, SRW Team Motorsports. 18th place, Ray Oliver from SLM Motorsports. 19th place, Jackson Dial, Privateer. 20th place, Jed Van Hermit, who is actually... no, still that far, yeah. And 25th, first place, Matthew Boyle at Murray Performance. And 22nd, Cooper Barnes. That takes us to the track and the qualifying has just started. They're all going crazy. Welcome to the room downstairs tonight. Kobe is pushing the buttons, and beside me, as usual, Mr. James Watson, our resident American USA affiliate, who's going to have all the goss on what Portland's about, because I don't think I've even raced out there. Actually, I own it, so I must have. How are you, boys?
Doing all right, and yes, this is in fact Portland, Oregon, on the west
I was
coast.
right. Boom.
You were correct. Yeah, you haven't raced here, but we did actually run here last season, and I think both 86s and the V8. So it's already a track that we're pretty heavily familiar with here at SRW, despite it being relatively new addition to the service. I think they just added it in the season before, so it's a new addition, but it's a great circuit, and those who follow IndyCar are very familiar with this track. This track puts on a phenomenal race pretty much year in and year out. So
I trust your opinion, mate.
There's a lot of good passing
going.
opportunities. There's a lot of good passing opportunities here as well. You know, going down into the turn 1 chicane, one of the best braking zones in the entire track. See right here, just go as late as you can. Just absolutely try to monster truck over the curb right there. Hit the apex curb there on the inside. Try to be careful with this one. These cars can handle that exit curb pretty well, but most cars that run here can't. And then these corners are pretty difficult. It's a multi-apex kind of sweeper, so it's real easy to mess up your turning point and scrub off a lot of speed. And then right here, you're gonna hug this corner, try to go out wide, carry as much speed as you can down into one of the second biggest braking zones. See all that space you have. Perfect for some dive bombs, and then the long curve back straightaway. Run over this curb as well. Unfortunately, that curb no longer exists in real life. And then the quick kind of switchback chicane here at the end of the back straightaway. You got to be real careful here. It's very easy to misjudge. You're carrying probably the most speed on the entire track through this corner, and then try to use some of that little bit of exit road. Nail the final corner, try to get on the gas as quickly as possible and down the long drag strip front straight, which is actually a drag strip, in fact.
Nice. There's actually a bit of a habit for drag strips to be in the middle of American tracks. We've raced a few that have got them out there. That last corner looks like it could be a corner where you could rotate that car nicely and reverse it into the pit lane entrance, I should say.
Yeah, and it's also difficult because if you just kind of carry a little too much speed in, and you get the line kind of incorrect, you can kind of slide out, and there's a wall that's like that juts out right at the edge of it. So it's really easy to kind of slide off the track into that wall if you mess up your braking marker into that final corner just a little bit.
At least it's not like that wall at the Mexico E-Prix circuit that we had a few weeks ago. That was deliberately put there for extra action for the viewers, I think. But quali has started. We are into the first 5 minutes, and we're already getting some cracking times out there. Joshua Horton from Vermilion Motorsports has set a 123.040. Danny Bartouche, 123.27. James Doyle has got himself up there, 123.235. So we're sitting very, very close all the way down. I think it's 7th place. Brandon Levin has got himself down to within a second of the top flight boys at the moment. But we've seen him with some cracking pace. Thomas Cooley has just popped up as well. There's a few boy, Liam Jensen. The koalas are pretty much every second driver coming down that list. Cruz McVee, top spot, 122.988. Joshua Horton's not going to get all his way tonight, but look at it. Looks like a lot of people following each other out there and getting some critical draft.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't too much of a draft-heavy track. you know, going down the front stretch and the back stretch, it's definitely going to help a lot, but it's not going to be a draft lock race like we see it some of the other bigger circuits, but it's definitely going to play a fairly significant factor here in qualifying, at least.
A lot of these boys don't really change their setups much in this car at the moment. The car is going to go through a revamp coming season 1 2026 because they're changing the dynamics a bit about it. They're lowering the center of gravity, changing the ratios a little bit, giving them a bit more dampener in the suspension, changing the gears a bit as well. So should be interesting to see. So the corners and the cornering of these things at the moment, a bit boat-like, you can see them coming around. But the boys don't seem to play around the wings that much. I know that I used to muck around and try to drop the wing down and get it faster on the straights. Not that I was good enough, because you got to have an idea to start with, and then always a little bit more wing to get around this sort of type of crack here. So I'd probably put a bit more wing on this, get a bit more rear grip, especially with the left and rights coming through. Pretty critical in the first few laps, especially the tyres are warming up. But I don't know, we'll see. Any pinch points in this track, mate, that you foresee that are going to be some issues?
Oh yeah, obviously the turn 1 chicane here, this is pretty well going to be a death trap. You know, there's been some gnarly wrecks here in IndyCar. I remember one car even flipped and like right next to Scott Dixon, who had to take to the dirt to avoid it, and had the car flipping right next to him, and somehow it didn't get any damage. So that's gonna cause a lot of chaos. The corner right before you go onto the back straightaway, that tight kind of 90-degree right-hander with all that space, with how much it widens out going into the apex, there's going to be a few people that are going to try to see if they can send one up the inside, and then God help you if you try to stay side by side with someone going into the second chicane at the back straightaway. Maneuvers like that don't typically end well, so those I feel are the biggest points of contention here. I feel like you can get through the sweeper here fairly easily side by side without too much of an issue.
I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. I'm just watching him out there and listening to your track review, and I'm just thinking about more and more. This is going to get to action galore, isn't it? We're going to see some absolute cracking passing here. That first chicane, you're right. It looks pretty deadly. It looks like it's got safety car written all over it at the moment. I'm just looking at the stats of this track here at the moment. So, in its current format, it is, wow, this thing is amazing. We're looking at, it's 1961. So 64 years ago, this thing was out. So we get Grand Prix Portland, the ARCA Series, Trans Am West, which I love that. Formula E's been out here as well, 23, 24. Yep. You guys will let anyone race on your tracks. It's unbelievable. NASCAR and superbikes.
That's kind of the fascinating thing about this place is it's been around a long time, but it actually hasn't been really on the forefront of, you know, top tier motorsports and used all that much until fairly recently. Like, IndyCar had not come here for decades until they finally changed that in, I believe, 2019, either 2018 or 2019. And then the NASCAR trucks.
Mate. Yep.
Yeah.
2018.
So,
you're spot on, mate. Memory serves you well.
Yes, sir. This is all I pay attention to on a given basis for the last, how long have I been alive? Almost 29 years. So, yeah. Wow. So, IndyCar's only been here recently. NASCAR, Xfinity, and trucks have only been here recently. The Formula E races, and I believe this was actually the first actual permanent circuit Formula E had raced in. In history. So,
cool. They went outside their shell and raced at something that might not finish a full bag of energy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting seeing this track have this renaissance in world motorsport, and it's really cool to see because this is a cool track. I remember racing this on Need for Speed Pro
Bottom
Street back
section.
in like 2007 and being like,
Yep.
wow, this track's cool. How have I not heard about this before? How does no one race here?
Yeah, that's going to be a situation right there. We just saw the air that Josh Horton took out of that corner. I'm predicting there's going to be a rolled car through that corner because that looks lethal. All he needed someone was to touch him as he came through that, and he would have been going over and again. So there's my highlight prediction for the night. Joshua Horton is sitting at the top of the table at the moment with a 1.22.420. So he's doing extremely well, 4/10 off. Him is Cruz McVee in second, who's entered the pits. We have a super sprint, which is what we have here every round for this season. Cruz McVee second. Dougie Gowans with a 123.016. Carter Dines, Danny Bartouche, Brandon Levin's got himself up into the top six as well. James Doyle, Thomas Cooley struggled the last few weeks, mate. We've seen Thomas drop a bit of pace. He was at the pointy end for majority of the beginning of the season, and now he's been sitting around the 7th, 8th, 9th, even though he did win the feature last week. But we've seen the pace drop a little bit in quali form.
Yeah, he's still been pretty quick. I believe he did win one of the races last week.
Yeah, he had a good round last week, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He hasn't quite had that extreme pace that we saw from him early on in the season that had him consistently battling with Horton, race in and race out. Not since the EV circuit when he absolutely murdered that wall of death there in race 2. It's like it kind of it's like it gave him yeah, it's like it gave him a concussion that he kind of had to work back from, and now he seems to be kind of coming back into form a little bit here.
Yeah, well, there's a few people that we've seen go up and down. Carter Dines is one that's getting back to form. We saw him have a torrid beginning of the season, getting into all sorts of trouble left, right, and centre, racing in the vortex, I call it. But he's up there into fourth place tonight and had a really good run last week. Danny Bartouche is showing some early pace tonight as well, so it's good to see Danny getting it out on track and having some good pace. Will he? Well, I don't know if I reckon he might have broken the mirror at the beginning of this year. Will he have any bad luck tonight, or is it going to be a bit of good luck for a change?
Yeah, I'm really hoping for his sake that things kind of turn around for him, because yeah, up in the commanding P2 right now in qualifying, you hope that it's a nice, good, straightforward run. And he doesn't do anything like that. What a save through the final corner, though. That was epic. Just absolutely cracking through it.
Yeah. If any of you viewers watch the bottom screen, there's there Ryan Price just came around that corner and full sideways drifted it and caught it just as he made it through to the apex. So crack a bit of work there from Mr. Price. And on top screen, we've got
going.
Yeah. A little bit of fun there. Dean's racing on the top screen at the moment. Ryan's gone off track. He's going to get himself probably a new nappy after that one. But we are down to the last 30 seconds. This could end quite quickly. How much time left in quality? He just typed it, as I said, at 30 seconds left. So we're going to see there's a few people out left on track. Joshua Horton is sitting in the top spot with a 22.319. Danny Bartouche, 22.9. Cruz McVee, 22.98. Seriously, 6 1,000s between him. Dougie Gowans is 3 1,000s behind him on a 23.016. We've got Thomas Cooley, 8/10. Brandon Levin, 9/10. Oh, there goes Ash Glover. He's lost a bit of rear end there. Now onto the dirt as the axe is about to fall. 5. Boom. Shaka laka laka. That is finished. Qualifying done. No times on screens. Oh, no, we didn't have times on screens. But you'll see now who's finished where. When we go to split screen, it doesn't pop them up, but we haven't flicked it back through. All right, this is how they're sitting. This is how they're going to go. Joshua Horton has got the pole position tonight for the first of our 3 races tonight. If you're new to the show, it's a 20-minute sprint 3 times over. The second heat is a reverse top 10. The third heat is a reverse top 5. Tonight in the front row, we're going to have Joshua Horton from Vermilion. Beside him, Danny Bartouche from SRR, which we haven't seen for a few, I'd say at least a month out there. Cruz McVie on the second row with Dougie Gowans from FTR. Carter Dines from Dines Racing in the third row with Thomas Cooley from the Koala Cartel. Brandon Levin in the fourth row from Team SRW Motorsports with James Doyle from the Koala Cartel. In the fifth row, Trev Mortimer. Can't remember who he's racing for, and Callum Hodgkinson from OPR. In the sixth row, we've got Russell Gander from the Vortex Esport team, Greg Cook from Project 36. In the seventh row, Stevie Daniels from LCR, and Ash Glover in 14th. In the eighth row, Ryan Price from Upscale Podcasts with Brandon Hickman beside him, privateer. In the ninth row, we've got Liam Jensen from the Quad Cartel and Mark Snow from the SLM Academy. 10th row, Joey Black, privateer, and my little brother, Dean Sinkovich from Team SRW Motorsports. In the 11th row, Cameron Hardwick from SLM Academy beside Greg Johnson from Team Greg Racing. In the 12th row, Thomas Cena beside Mark Cochran. And in the 13th row, Brad Dines and Kevin Wakefield. 14th row, Steph Piccoli and David Simmons. In the 15th row, we have Shane Newlands bringing up the rear from Mueller Racing. Our race control tonight is Stephanie Piccoli. Good old Pickles is out there with Greg Barber, our race director. We are up for some cracking work. Jason Depp, who races our Formula 3 Series for... who's he racing for these days? I can't remember. My mind went blank. Anyway, he is down in the safety car. We are not too far, my friend. We are about 30 seconds away from hitting round 8, the penultimate round of the Warren and Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals. The boys have been fighting all season long. This is the last round they can drop. They can't drop anymore. We're about to go hot on the tights. We've got Ryan Price as the second car in the bottom screen to look down the middle, but we're just about to get going. The engines are starting to rumble. Round 8, the penultimate round of the Warren and Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals is about to go hot with the flag to drop any seconds. All you will see is a puff of smoke coming from each one of these 30-plus cars on track of the Toyota GR86. They're not rocket ships off the start, but it's going to be a good one. I can already see some smoke in the back. Someone might have jumped a little bit there, but we are green, green, green. Joshua Horton got off to a cracking start there. Danny Bartouche is already tucking in tight behind him. Cruz McVie behind him as well. They're going out wide. You can see Dougie Gowans and Carter Dines, Trev Mortimer, Thomas Cooley all looking at it. Gowans, he's got himself into fourth place, rotating around. No. Bit of a Mortimer issue down there. He backed it up and got a bit of a grumple from other cars. 3 wide in there. That looks like Glover. McVie. We've got Glover being rotated, I think that is at the moment. And Trev Mortimer as well. Joey Black looks like he's off track too. It is Gander, sorry. But at the pointy end, we have Joshua Horton leading them out. And he has got Danny Bartouche, Cruz McVie, and Dougie Gowans chasing him down. They are the top 4. They've gapped it out a little bit from Carter Dines, Thomas Cooley, and James Doyle, and Brandon Levin. We've got Callan Hodgkinson following them through as well. The times are going to be dropping very, very quickly. They've already got themselves into a bit of a snake, and it's going to be an absolute cracker tonight. Having a look there, Levin's having a bit of a shake going in and out, making sure the Koala Cartel know that he's there, making sure that they know that he's ready to go for the pounce when something does go wrong. Carter Dines has got the pressure on 2 of them behind him at the moment. He has... I don't know. My race control is going crazy. Oh, he's got Cooley and Doyle behind him there at the moment. Oh, rotating around one of the SLM boys. Who is that? Mark Snow. Oh, watch it, Snowy. Oh, nearly cracked his mirror and his credit card and got it snapped off by someone else coming around that corner. He would have been giving a black and white flag as he's come around, hit the dirt. Oh, his own teammates just gone round him. Brad Dines as well.
Wow.
Oh, that was a bit of that was almost like, what do they call it? Team diving, when they dive together and and they missed each other nicely. Oh, there's Gander going out. Looks like he got a bit of help there by Greggy Cook, I think. But we'll leave it at the bottom. There's Mortimer. Mortimer's changed positions and...
Yeah, that's the second time in the first, like, 3
That looks like deja vu.
Had an issue. It really does. Like, the
Yeah.
time of the issue exit of the first chicane, was able to save it, and then got knocked around in that incident with everyone kind of checking up after Cook and Gander getting together.
Yeah, Chris McVee's car's not populating properly. I reckon we might be having a trading pates issue in the main screen. But the boys are doing a great job there. Joshua Horton has got a lot of pressure there from Danny Bartouche. Bartouche is following very closely by Cruz McVee, and McVee has gone to a lot of trouble to stay up there behind him. Looks like we might have lost the main screen, but Cobes just put mine to the main screen, and we'll just keep rotating it through. At the moment, McVee has got a 123.028, so he's doing a cracking job getting across that track. You can see straight away that Bartouche is getting pressure there from him, getting nice and close up on the inside. You'll have to excuse the perspective for a few minutes, peeps, till we get the other camera up and running. But you can see there that the top 4 are going quick as. Have a look how many cars we've got out there.
You saw Horton kind of have a little bit of an issue on corner exit. He kind of went wide and caught some of the grass. That's going to allow these 3 to catch up to him just a little bit.
Yeah. McVee's on fire. He's just faced the fastest lap, the 123.028. So he's going to put the pressure here on Danny Bartouche. You can see it already. He's taking a more acute line and getting a bit better speed out of the corner. He got a cracking job out of the corner there, and right on the back of Danny Bartouche. That's 2/10 on the back of him. He's having a bit of a look. He's got a bit of a draft coming down. Is he going to have enough to have a go when they come down to the corner? As you can see, he's not quite got enough to do any damage out there, but have a look at him bouncing over that curb as he come through. If Gowan's a bit closer, he probably would have seen the underneath of his carriage as they come through that corner. He's having a look. He's having a big look under there, isn't he?
Yeah, Dan's doing a great job holding him at bay.
Yes, we know that Cruz McVee's a weapon out there, getting in and underneath cars and getting into a position where he can make you leave him room. But at the same time, we've got Danny Bartouche. He's learnt his lessons out there on how things go, and he's done all the hard fighting through the series as well. So he's no gimme out there. He's going to definitely fight it to the end. Both cameras are back up and running. Look at that, seamlessly. Geez, we're a team and a half. The Koala Cartel putting pressure on each other as well, as you can see. That's James Doyle and Thomas Cooley following each other. I've noticed that Josh has stopped pounding those curbs as much as well, driving it a little bit smoother now that he's in free air too, maybe trying to hold those tyres out for the whole stints. Not that these boys are going to catch him at any point. They're 1.28, but Cruz McVee under 2/10 on the back of him at the moment.
Yeah,
Danny Bartouche is feeling the pressure. Is he tucking in?
He's in.
Oh, he hasn't got enough over the nose. There wasn't any overlap. Oh, Dougie Gowans has nearly got a tail. Cruz McVee's done a bunny hop over both curbs. I'm not surprised if he'll get a slowdown there, because he crossed a lot of that line into there, but Bartouche is still holding him back. He's got the centre line of the track and making sure that McVee's got nowhere to go around him. This is the tight section of the track back here, so there's not a lot of room to get around a car unless you can get him under brakes, but just then you can see the beautiful line that Bartouche took there to close down the opening of that corner. Here it opens up a little bit. It's not really a great passing opportunity, but the track opens up a little bit as you're coming through here. It gets a little bit wider. McVee is not close enough at the moment to make an impact. He needs to be right up that rear bumper, so when he comes to that main straight, he's got himself an option of taking that draft and the inside lines. They come to the first corner.
Yeah, I thought Cruz was going to be able to get to him and pass him in the first chicane because the last lap, Dan made a mistake here. He went a little wide on his entry, caught too much of that curb turning into the corner, and it cost him a lot of time. That time, he didn't quite do it as bad, but he still didn't get that good of a run through there, and now Cruz has arguably an even better run as Dan's starting to go defensive.
Yep, he's gone defensive. Might have gone defensive early. I think Cooley's pulled out just a little bit too early. He's going to try to get him on the outside run. He's got the pace coming through there. You got Dan's taking a lot of line through that dirt, and then it looks like Gowans is going to take advantage of him, but not quite enough. Doug's Gowans' acute angle coming through that S just then slowed him down on the exit. Bartush kept that out of line because he was trying to tuck in underneath McVie and got a better exit out of there. But the fight's not over there. Gowans is on fire. He is a very fast cookie. And at the moment, he's tracking lap by lap on the same pace as these boys. There's not much between them at all. But behind them, Carter Dines is slowly starting to catch. He's down to a second and a little bit coming through. He wants to be part of that fight, part of that podium battle all the way through. Stevie Daniels Jr. has got off in the back of the track. It looks like another parked car. Go on, mate.
Oi.
Kobe, I don't know. I think James is feeling a bit ill tonight, peeps. That's twice I've put down something from the pickup and he hasn't.
Blame the cold medicine.
Blame the cold medicine. I was waiting for you. Can't park there.
You saw Simmons kind of go off right behind Daniels. Also, did Steve have any damage? Oh, someone's going around Glover in the final corner.
Yep.
Oh, the Daryl car's going off. Brad Dines
here we go.
And Mortimer.
Oh, look at this little battle here.
Corner.
Look, that's Thomas Cena on the outside line. Dean Sicknick up the back of him coming through there. And he's got Chris Tomlin. Oh, sideways.
And then keep it right here. Keep it right here for a couple of seconds, and you'll see. Oh my goodness. That was a bad rejoin.
Ash needs to learn to hold his brakes. He's done that a few times now. He just doesn't hold them long enough sometimes, and that could have got him and the driver coming through.
Yeah, and then right when Glover was having his issues, look at here. Oh, Brad Dines just got goes into Mortimer.
I'll tell you right now, I think Dines is going to cop a drive through for that because he's tried to control that through. There was no brakes at all. He's trying to drive out of that, and he's gone straight into another driver. So he's overdriven that corner and caused problems for someone else. That's my prediction. That's just my perspective. But we'll see what race control says downstairs. It's been very quiet, actually. Not many things called in at all. I start to wonder when it's so quiet whether the mics are on downstairs. Look at this. Danny Bartush hasn't given up that spot at all, has he? He's still having to go for it. Oh, Cruz takes that chicane, that not so much that apex of like crazy, doesn't he? He gets a lot of air through there.
And it's not that surprising, you know. That seems to really work with this car. I think back to the Bend round last season where you saw all the Murray cars just absolutely smashing every curb, bicycling through practically every corner and making some major pace because of it.
Yeah. Thomas Cena and Chris Tomlin having a battle in the bottom screen. Cena was in trouble for a few seconds there, but Chops took it out a bit wide and lost momentum, but he seems to be having the pace on Cena. He's in the corners. He's super fast and catching him very, very quickly. So not sure what's in the milk tonight, but he's having a cracker there. Same as Danny Bartush. It's like a new Danny Bartush tonight. It's good to see him battling at the front end, not in the mid-pack.
Absolutely. This is a run that Dan has desperately needed.
Here we go. Brad Dines, yeah. That was the one we saw him fly through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of flying through, was that McVie? I think it was McVie.
It
yeah.
was.
Oh, wow.
I think he bounced that corner a bit too hard that time and went straight in. I think he might have missed the wall, but he was pretty close to it. But it's amazing how he's still going at the moment. Let's have a quick look at it as we come through. He's jumped that curb. He's done it. Yeah, we did say that was going to happen sooner or later because he was putting a lot of pressure on those curbs. He pretty much, God, he's got to have a slowdown there, 100% sure, because he was fully off. He didn't even hit the tip of the apex. He's hit across the axis of the apex. So we'll see how that goes. Here's Ash Glover. Is that Ash Glover?
Oh, Gander.
Yep. Oh, Gander, Russell Gander coming through, and there's Brad Dines coming through the pack as well, as we saw someone else rotate around. But ladies and gentlemen, we are into the second half of this heat. We have got 7 minutes left, and Joshua Horton is out there waving that flag. He's got him. Callum Hodgkinson and Thomas Cooley. Oh, a bit of drift expression there. I'm not sure whose contact was what, but I tell you what, it was pretty spectacular. They straightened each other out as well.
And Hodgkinson is readdressing the position. He's like, I straightened him out and I gave him the position. I'm not going to get penalized for that, right? Okay, right?
Yeah, he's got no damage. I'm cool. I'm going. We're both rotating and rolling. Hodgkinson's been a bit off and on this season too. I think he's been a bit of real world getting away of his racing, but it's good to see him having a good crack out there. Here's the replay from one of the boys going around. Well, his map's gone. I think Google Maps got him on that one. He just decided to go right instead of left. Wow. All right, Sinkovich is on track now, going for it. He is in the back section of Glover. He is doing a spin expression as well. He's got out of the way at least. Here comes Greggy Johnson coming around him, followed by his teammates through there. Dean is having a shocker tonight, but pointy end. 6 minutes to go now, ladies and gents. And have a look how far Mr. Joshua Horton has got himself at the moment. He's done a cracking job, just consistency all the way through. Hitting 22.8, 22.9s all the way through there.
Also, while we were watching all the shenanigans, it looks like Bartush has dropped a couple positions. He's now P4.
Yeah, I think it was that bit of rotation that we saw them coming together. I've got the second cam coming. There's another little battle developing of Greg Cook, Hardwick, Jensen, Hickman, and Cena slowly catching them up. Oh, Danny Bartush having a bit of off-track experience there. I think he's starting to overdrive it a bit. But is he going to have a crack on the inside line there, Bartush? I'm not too sure. He's trying to go in, then back under. Dines has got himself up into third, up 2 places at the moment. So the podium's hot, and Dines has just hit the fastest lap, ladies and gents, with a 1:22.782. Cracking bit of work there for him. It's good to see the form change. Maybe he can keep the practice up over the summer and get himself ready for season 1 2026. Because the front end of this one has been a bit on the average side from what we expect from Carter Dines.
Yeah, he's definitely been back on form these last few rounds, though.
Brandon Levin, Team SRW, has finally caught up on Callum Hodgkinson. He's been working on that catch-up for a while and in the back of him, so he's brought Ryan Price with him as well. So they're going to have a bit of a tussle there, and they're getting on the back of James Doyle. So we'll see how that battle continues out there. But again, the pace in battle packs are sort of opening up a bit. We've got a few bottle corks out there. Greggy Cook is one. He's got Hardwick, Liam Jensen, Brandon Hickman following him, and then Tomlin and Thomas Cena still going for it. But on the bottom screen at the moment, we've got Levin taking the inside line of Hodgkinson. He's having a look. He's got the side draft going under, brakes nicely. He's positioned the car perfectly. He hasn't gone out wide to open up the door for Hodgkinson and done that move very cleanly. But as we come around that corner, Ryan Price has tried to keep the pace with the fast boys, and he has lost the rear end as he come through. Trev Mortimer's just caught something in as well, but I'm not too sure what. But that few cars that just passed them then, that was Hardwick, Jensen, and Hickman. Very, very tight battle between those boys as well.
Here's Mortimer catching up to Simmons, and then...
Sorry, Mortimer, but you can't turn across the driver like that, man. I'm not sure if he must be driving his single screens, man, because that was just a bit of lack of vision then. Greggy Johnson, one of the OGs. on track.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. No, yep, he was just waving Dean by then. So they're in the lounge together right now racing, and Dean's probably giving him a little bit of a flip as he's come past that car just then. He's probably saying, "Thank you, Greg." Mortimer on track, back again, but we are at the pointy end again. Carter Dines is putting some pressure on at the moment. He has got Dougie Gowans in front of him in the white car, and in the Koala Cartel, Cruz McVie is in the 4th place. We have got just under 3 minutes to go, and the battles are still fast. I think, the bottom screen, I'm not sure if you saw it, but, Callum Hodgkinson has just literally bounced out of that chicane over the top of those curbs, just like Cruz McVie did earlier on. And God almighty, you'd think he was driving a bloody 4-wheel drive. Pressure is on for Carter Dines. Cruz McVie just done the fastest lap of the 122.667. So he wants that last podium position off Dines. Needs the points. They all need the points. It's all up for grabs still, except for Josh Horton, who's just about taking the championship out at the moment.
Yeah, he's on absolute cruise control as these far throwing haymakers at each other, and really just 3 as Doug is really starting to run away.
This battle is slowing these 2 down, and it's given Dougie that little bit of breath, but that's also brought oh my God, what's his name? Cooley Doyle into it as well. So they've got a battle that's coming across. That top end is Dines, Cruz McVie, and Danny Bartouche. And Thomas Cooley is starting to catch those boys too, but not in a great effect because we are down to a minute and a half. We'll probably have 1 more lap to go. Bottom screen, we've got our current leader, Joshua Horton, taking out the first heat as he passes some blue flags of Triple X rated Stevie Daniels. Bit of a battle going on still with those boys there. They're just, McVie is just on fire. He's got it down to 4/10. Bartouche has dropped off. He's dropped off out of the battle. Oh, who's that? That is, I think that's Mark Cochran going around. That's Brad Dines going around him at the moment. We are down to the last minute. I haven't seen the white flag come through, and we know that Iracing has not been very helpful in the last few rounds, showing us when the final lap is. But
Horton kind of got the wall there, entering the chicane.
Maybe he's just trying to rub the logo across there. Let's see if the white flag is out. It should be the white flag because he has got some time up his sleeve. But where's Barney? Barney's not even out there. He's having a ciggy at the back. Yep, there he is up the top, waving the white flag. Finally, we get to see a white flag, ladies and gents, as Joshua Horton comes around the corner for the final lap tonight. Bottom screen, we've got the battle going on. Big pressure there for Dougie Gowans for the minor places. He's got Carter Dines all over the back of him. Carter Dines does a little bit of a swing in the rear end. McVie as well. Looks like they're going in tandem across there. David Simmons got out of the way for the white flag, but Danny Bartouche has dropped off this little battle pack. They are going hot for it. They've got Dougie Gowans in their sights and going for it. Cruz McVie still got the fastest lap at the moment, as we can see a couple of the back markers in the bottom screen getting out of the way as Joshua Horton comes around these corners, as he has been the whole race. Reverse top 10's going to reverse that now, and he's going to be finding his way through the pack as he takes liberties over those little white and red lines. He comes around the back straight as the boys are following him through. 5 seconds ahead. 5 seconds ahead, you will just see these guys come around that corner as he comes around the first apex, and there he is done. Cruz is on the inside line on Dines. He's having a bit of a dive on the inside there. 2x2 through the S's. He hasn't quite made it. Dines has blocked him off to the run. But ladies and gentlemen, here we got Joshua Horton taking heat 1 of the Warren and Brown penultimate round of the GR86s of a tight battle all the way through. Dougie Gowans gets across there 5 seconds behind, and the battle for Cruz McVie and Carter Dines goes all the way to the line as Dines just crosses the line before McVie in the bottom screen. What a battle that has been in the top 5. The rest of the field have gapped themselves out into the orders they want to finish in, but the reverse top 10 is going to be very, very interesting. Front row is going to be Greg Cook, Callum Hodgkinson, second row, Brandon Levin, and James Doyle. So we're going to have a lot of fun coming through the back end of it. Mate, someone's going to slow this Horton down.
No kidding. Also, while we were watching all that craziness for P2, Hardwick went around. That completely killed the battle he was in.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few little incidents across the back of that field, but up 17 places. Chris Tomlin, biggest mover. Obviously, we've got a massive field out here tonight. We've got 30 cars on track, so it's been a cracker of a night for the penultimate round. It's fantastic to see everyone's still coming for the fun. We're missing a couple of boys out there. We're missing the Carlin Motorsports team tonight, mate.
Yeah. Also, wow, a great battle between Brad Dines and Mortimer coming to the line. Another photo finish between those two.
Yeah. We'll get to see. Here we go. Here it is. This is the reverse top 10, ladies and gents. Front row is going to be young Greg Cook from Project 36 beside the old fart, Callum Hodgkinson of OPR. I could call him the old fart because he's one of the originals down there, as is one of the originals in our commentating in the YouTube. And Mr. Michael Whiting's out there. Having a bit of a watch as well. Good to see you out there, Mr. Whiting. He is one of the original fish that joined us in the early days of SAW. The door's open, mate. Come on in. In the second row, Brandon Levin from Team SRW Motorsports is going to be starting beside James Doyle of the Koala Cartel. In the third row, Thomas Cooley from the Koala Cartel beside Danny Bartouche from SRR. Cruz McVeigh from the Koala Cartel beside Carter Dines in the fourth row. And the fifth row, Dougie Gowans and Joshua Horton. It's going to be a tough one there for Horton and Gowans getting through because the boys in front of them are extremely fast and very competitive on pace. We know Horton gets out in the clean area and get away, but the battle can be quite tight getting through the pack. In the sixth row, we've got Liam Jensen from the Koala Cartel, and beside him in 12th place, Brandon Hickman, privateer. Ryan Price is on the seventh row alongside Chops. Chris Tomlin from LCR in the eighth row. Thomas Cena with his teammate from the SLM Academy, Cameron Hardwick. In the ninth row, Kevin Wakefield from LCR Esports beside Joey Black. In the 10th row, Dean Sinka from Team SRW and Ash Glover beside him from Glover Racing. As we head down the field, we've got Russell Gander in the 11th row with Greggy Johnson from Team Greg Racing. In 12th row, Stephanie Piccoli from the Apex Esports League beside Shane Newens from Mueller Racing. In the 13th row, Stevie Daniels from LCR and Brad Dines from Dines Racing. Trev Mortimer is beside David 747 Simmons in the 14th row. And in the 15th row, Mark Cochran from the Apex Esports League is beside Mark Snow from the SLM Academy. This is going to be a hot one. We've reversed top 10, ladies and gents. The battle is going to be in the mid-pack as we switch the second camera over to Mr. Joshua Horton and his line honours. Where is he gone on my list? Here he is. Beside him, Guns Out Gowans. And why do we call him Guns Out Gowans? Because when we had our when we used to do the driver cams, Dougie was always in a singlet. showing the guns. We are not too far, mate. We are into the last 10 seconds. See them all lined up. They are waiting for one more car to show up. It's Joshua Horton making them all wait and getting ready. Here's Callum Hodgkinson. We are ready to start. We are just about to go for Heat 2 of the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals, the penultimate round tonight, round 8 of 9. We are green, green, green as the tyres smoke up, the flag drops, and they all take off beautifully. We've got them already trying to get 3 and 4 wide. We've got Brandon Levin taking the inside line. Callum Hodgkinson has just got his nose ahead of Project 36's Greg Cook. He takes through the first corner. Hodgkinson takes the rough road through the top of the curbs. As he comes through, there's a bit of, Danny Bartouche has gone around with Brad Dines by the look of it. But Brandon Hickman's getting a bit of luck from one of the LCR boys. And then that's behind him is Ryan Price, which is Chris Tomlin coming through there.
Oh, no!
We've got Greggy Cook. We've got about 4 cars in the battle in the back. Mortimer Gander all gone off. We'll have a look at that. Oh, there it is. There's Bartouche. Oh, no. 4 of the front runners gone. The battle will continue. We have one more race for the redemption round after these. Thomas Cooley was one of those ones that just suffered. Here's the quick replay. Looks like someone's cut across the front of the grid. One of the Apex cars is coming through. Oh, look at this. They're already round. They're already round.
Bam.
Oh, Hardwick was already facing the wrong way, and Danny Bartouche, the window breaker, the mirror breaker, as bad luck continues. We have got the safety car out. The safety car is out. Oh, that's where it started. Who was that? Who was that? It's one of the LCR boys. Who's the LCR in the purple tyres?
Is that Wakefield? No.
Might have been Wakefield, yeah. I think let's have a look at where's Wakefield on the track. I'm trying to find him. Here he is down the bottom. Yes, in the purple tyres is Wakefield. So Wakefield's rotated. Looks like he's rotated Cam Hardwick. And Hardwick is facing the wrong way. And, yeah, it all went downhill from there very, very quickly. Thank God it was in the first 3 minutes. So now these boys are all going to get their tyres nice and cold again and get ready for some more action.
Yeah, pretty much went from 100 to 0 for Bartouche because him and Carter Dines got together, which put them in the back to begin with. And then with Hardwick getting turned around, nothing Dan could do and just plows into him. It's like,
you know whose fault it
there's
is? You know whose fault it is? Greg Barber's. Our race director turned around between the races, said, let's have a bit more of that. That was fantastic racing. In his pre-race little brief, I heard him say that, and he put the Moz on because it all went code brown within the first few corners. But
heck in a handbasket.
Yeah, exactly. Few people have dropped all the way off, but we've had a few big movers took advantage of that. 747 Simmons has got himself up 12 places. But ladies and gentlemen, at the pointy end, we've got Callum Hodgkinson leading out behind the safety car with the young fella Greg Cook from Project 36 in second place, James Doyle in third place, and Brandon Levin from Team SRW in fourth place. Cruz McVie fifth, Dougie Gowan sixth. Liam Jensen 7th, Brandon Hickman 8th, Ryan Price 9th, and Chris Tomlin 10th. Literally everyone's up about 4 places due to the boys vacating those positions in front of them.
Yeah, that definitely caused one heck of a shakeup here in the field. And where is Horton?
Is Wally? Horton? Oh, hang on. No. I can see Horton down the very back. He started? I know he started. Yeah, he must have suffered. Something must have gone wrong there. He's not on track. He's not on track.
Huh.
Maybe he didn't make the grid. Maybe he went to start and didn't make the grid. So we'll see what happened there. No more waiting. The safety car is going to be coming in. He's pulling away from the field, and Callum Hodgkinson has control of the line. We've got Hodgkinson and Cook. They started the front row. They've just swapped places, basically. Doyle and Levin. 11 up 5 places at the moment. Cook looks like he's got him down at 40 Ks. Look how slow that looks like it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be, you can see Danny Bartouche down the back trying to catch them. I don't know if you can see it in the bottom screen. He's just caught the back of the, he's gone in for repair and he's just caught the back of the snake. And here we have Callum Hodgkinson is ready to go. Safety car is in. So it's all up to him when he pulls the trigger. Ladies and gentlemen, safety car is finishing. We've got 14 minutes to go in the Heat 2. He's taken them all the way to the line. He doesn't want to race to the first corner. He wants to go down when it's his turn. Here he goes. We are going. All the boys that are coming to the back are going to be very weary. They can't pass before the control line. Here comes Callum Hodgkinson. He's having a look. Brandon Levin's having a bit of a sneaky peek out there behind James Doyle. Greg Cook is following him nicely. Oh, that was so close to losing it then. Cruz McVee just about flipped that car and got it just back into control. And we can see the bit of puff of smoke coming through. 747's rotated his car across the back of the field, but the front of the field are going strong. We have got Callum Hodgkinson, Greg Cook, Brandon Levin has got himself one place. We saw Cruz McVee with his aggressive tactic over that curve on that chicane nearly cost him a flip. We said there was going to flip a car there tonight, and I was thinking there was going to be one, but not right there, just after the safety car.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Yep, three wide down the bottom. Dine's gone straight across Dean Sikovich's nose, and then that was so close. And then there's Danny Bartouche coming in beside him. So Danny Bartouche nearly got more action. So now that the safety car has been done, Cam Hardwick has called in his incidents. And that would have been the lap 4 incidents, because it looked like Brad Dines bounced off Hardwick then and then gone out to the curb, onto the dirt, and chicaned it back on. Here we got Greg Cook finding it out with Brandon Levin. Levin's trying to get the second position. He's got in front of him the good old Hodgkinson. Cook on the inside. McVee's trying to get back onto that pointy end as well. Brandon Levin's taking a bit of overlap there on Cook. Cook and him side by side. Levin's let him come through that corner to fight another day, but it looks like Levin's got the pace on Cook at the moment. Cook is really struggling to keep in front of these boys, and he's a bit of a bottleneck because at the moment Callum Hodgkinson is slowly pulling it away, and the pressure is on like crazy. Yep, Kev Wakefield's just called something in there for lap 5, so I'm not sure what is there. Levin has been aggressive with that nose of his cars. It's very pointy, and he's tucking it in where he can. Here is the replay. There's Wakefield coming down the straight with one of the SLM lads, and looks like everyone's giving each other room. I'm not sure. There's a bit of touch there. I think look, Kev, mate, I think you've just outraced yourself there. That's all. The space was there for both drivers.
A secondary incident with snow right here, as you saw it live in the second screen. Yep, there he goes.
Oh, God, he's just pulled his nose out of it. I reckon, I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong there, but I reckon, unfortunately for Kev, that might be a racing incident there. They've both given each other lots of space, and Kev just didn't take the corner as wanted. Greg Cook just lost that position in second place to Brandon Levin as Levin took the draft down the main straight. But you can see Cookie suffering there big time. Already he's got the pressure from the Koala cartel of Cruz McVee. McVee's having a go there. Two of them are going through. He's got the slowdown. He's suffering the slowdown there. And unfortunately for him, he has had both James Doyle and McVee go past. Coming across, Gander has got an issue there in the back that he's talking about. Dean Sikovic on Thomasina at the moment in the bottom screen. Dean's trying to take him down under brakes, and I'm not sure if he's made it through. No, he hasn't. But have a look at his bit of extra touch there. I think that. Hold your brakes, son. That could have got a lot worse. In the bottom screen as well. We see Danny Bartouche rotate someone as well. I'm not sure if there was contact or whether that was just a little bit of more rotation. Let's go Team Apex and Russell Gander from Hazy. Jamie Davis, hold on to it, Cookie. He was doing well, Jamie, but he's lost it in the last few laps. He got the slowdown there that cost him as well, and I think he just wasn't. Newens there.
Yeah,
looks like he's rotated around Mortimer. Mortimer is another one I think has broken the mirror in the last few months.
That was a great job by Bartouche to miss that, though. He threaded the needle.
Bit of blood pumping reflexes coming through there. Brandon Levin's got the pressure there at the moment from, I think that's Cruz McVee. It is Cruz McVee putting the pressure on with Jamie Doyle just slowed up a little bit there with his battle that's coming out with Greg Cook. Dougie Gowans is having his own little battle there with Liam Jensen, and then behind those boys following through is Ryan Price, who's having a cracking run tonight with Chris Tomlin. Tomlin is having a bit of pace there tonight. We've got a massive row from Brandon Levin all the way down to 13th place, viewers, all under a second behind each other. Levin is just over a second away from Callum Hodgkinson, maybe waiting for his tyres to cool down, or it could be the pressure from Cruz McVie.
Yeah, in amongst all the chaos, watching all the replays, what really cost Greg Cook that initial P2 was he monster trucked over, I think, yeah, that curve right there. Thank you, Brandon, for demonstrating that. And he almost flipped it there, and that's what allowed Levin to get by.
It looks like it cost him a bit of pace coming out of that corner as well, because Levin's now got the Koala Cartel Cruz McVie right beside him coming into that finals, into the first straight, coming down the tip of the track, and we'll see if they come through. There goes. I think that's Mark Cochran coming through there. Here's Cruz McVie and Brandon Levin coming through. Levin's got a great exit out of that final corner, but is it enough to get it through? Have a look at the pace of McVie. McVie's got the nose ahead, but Levin's got the inside line, which is the critical line. Is Levin? That's going to be a tough one to call. That's going to be a very tough one to call. I'm not sure if Levin's cut across him or whether Cruz cut across him. So we'll see how that goes. So our prediction was right. That incident was on Kev Wakefield that we saw at that caused the safety car on the back of. Look at this. Mortimer on Wakefield. Look at this. No. That's going to be on Mortimer. I think Wakefield gave him heaps of space, but that third car that came in changed it altogether. I'm going to leave that to the boys downstairs, that one. When three cars get involved like that, it gets very, very messy in a very fast chicane like that. That was a crazy spot. 130 has got himself a penalty as well. Stevie Daniels. Yeah, Brandon Levin still out in front of James Doyle. We saw Cruz McVie lose that car a little bit early on. Now James Doyle's having a crack of it. Looks like all the koalas are having a crack at Levin at the moment and seeing who's going to come up next. Dougie Gowan's beside. Pretty much a replica of the last one. No, gone around. That is off. That's Liam Jensen. He is off and around. Dougie Gowan's and himself coming out side by side. I think Gowan's tried to straighten him out. But I think the overreaction of Jensen just took him offline and into the wall. We haven't seen where Horton is. He has not got back on track for the Heat 2. So maybe he's going to start from the back, or maybe he's had some issues with the PC. But at the moment, we're seeing Liam Jensen and Carter Dines having a bit of a go there at the moment too. Dines, he's got himself, he's down to 14th. So his bad luck's continued after a cracking first race. Car 360 just called something in for lap 9.
Yeah, Jensen calling in that turn 1 incident.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain can't even go back there anymore. I can't remember.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly, those two incidents, the one with Jensen and the one with McVie, that initial Newen's getting a penalty for his incident. Yeah, those initial views, you can't make anything out. Like, you're gonna need to take a look at the helicopter cam, because there is no
who's got the turn in and everything like that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They're not cut and dry as some of the ones we've seen tonight. Drive through there coming through for car 130, Stevie Daniels. We just saw that. There was someone else that got a penalty as well, but my brain's just Newen. That's it. Yeah, Shane Newen's got for that incident we saw a bit earlier on. But we are down to the last 5 minutes as the clock just ticks over. Callum Hodgkinson is been in some cracking pace. His fastest laps are 1:23.22, but Cruz McVie down in 17th and just set the fastest, the 1:22.75. Brandon Levin and Hodgkinson's pace has been pretty much identical down to about 2/100ths. And the pressure from James Doyle has kept him from gaining on Callum. So the battle has been for second and third all the way through and fourth. Greg Cook in fourth, James Doyle third, and Brandon Levin in second. They are fighting for that reverse top 5 as well, as you can see them in the bottom screen, top screen as well, coming through. Brandon Levin's taking the inside line to cover the line off from James Doyle. James Doyle has come through nicely. A lot less cleaner over that first part of the chicane. There's not as many people bouncing over it anymore. I think they've learnt their lesson by the second run. Danny Bartouche is having a chat to one of the blue flags, asking them to get out of the way by the sounds of it. But we are down to the last 4 minutes, ladies and gents, and Callum Hodgkinson up the pointy end, which we haven't seen that often this season.
Yeah, he's been able to take the track position from where he started and was able to just pull away and avoid a good chunk of the chaos that was going on behind him. I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen someone get the front row starting spot from the top 10 and top 5 invert and take it all the way to the win.
Yeah, sorry, I just got disturbed by a woken little 5-year-old that's coming here telling me off that I should be in my bedroom, not doing iRacing. Gotta love it. But you can see Dean Sinkovich getting overtaken on the inside line down there at the back of the screen as well by Ash Glover as these boys come through. The big gap from Callum Hodgkinson all the way back to Brandon Levin. Levin has done a great job keeping the Koala Cartel at arm's length as they have had a bit of a tag team on him. They've taken turns. One's out of turn, another one's out of turn. I think it was McVie, then it was Doyle, and I think it was one other one that had a bit of a chat at one point. But Levin has done a sensational job keeping on the back of there. He's actually catching Levin at the moment, but we are down to the last 2.5 minutes. So it's not going to be too much longer. Then in bottom screen, Hickman's being chased down by Ryan Price and Chris Tomlin in front of him. Some cracking driving. Sinkovich is getting, Thomasina is getting in on the back of that as well now. But Hickman's feeling the pressure from Pricey. Pricey's got some new pace coming through there, side by side at the moment. Hickman's got the inside line. Pricey's taking the outside line, converting it into the wide right-hand sweeper. He's following behind one of the LC cars of Chris Tomlin. He's got the draft from that. Hickman looks like he's going to back out in the second one. There's overlap between the two of them. But let's see who comes out at the pointy end of it. Looks like Pricey's just dived in there. Beautiful. Just cut the nose of Hickman. Nice, clean drive. And Hickman's now got the pressure of Cena coming through there as well as they come down the main straight. As I'm choking. As they're coming through over there. I'm trying to see if the white flag's out. It's not. We'll have one more lap before the flag comes out. Callum Hodgkinson's leading them out. Brandon Levin has got himself down to a second behind him now, so the pressure is on. I think he's left his run a little bit too late as it's Carter Dines going in through the pits. Might be serving an iRacing penalty, I think, because I didn't see or hear anything come through from the race control team. But
yeah, he's showing black flag.
Yeah. 8/10 now. Hickman's got Levin's got it down to 8/10 coming through. We'll have 2 laps left. Has he left it too late? We've just said that. I'm like a parrot now, but we'll see if he can get through to it. He's breaking it down very, very slowly, and the pressure of James Doyle isn't as hot as it was before. He's dropped it down to 5/10. But Dougie Gowans has dropped right off this back a second of that pace, and Cook's behind him 6/10.
Yeah,
I think he's feeling the heat then. Callum took that a bit hotter than normal. He's taking the inside line. Have a look at these boys' exit. Let's see who's got the greater exit. Callum Hodgkinson took a lot of pace through that corner. Did a cracking job getting out there. 4/10 on the back of it. Let's see what the toe's like. They come into the last corner 4/10 apart. The toe is not that huge at all. It's maintained it all the way through. It looks like it's only about not even a tenth, half a tenth. So the toe is nothing at all at the moment, the way these cars are going. But the pressure is on. White flag. Got the second camera on the back of the pack as well, fighting as well. Oh, 196 caught something in for lap 8. He's on the back of him. This is going to be the white flag dropping now, and looks like Brandon might have just caught him in time to put some pressure on. A few more corners before we get to the final lap coming through. Levin is really putting the pressure on now. He's down to 3/10. He's pulled away from James Doyle. James Doyle sitting at 6 there. Dougie Gowan's on 9/10, but here we go. He's Levin going to have a look on the inside. He's got the run on him. He's got the toe across that line. He's got the bit of the bump. He's got the side draft coming through. Who's going to come through? Side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. Callum Hodgkinson had to take the dirt to get through. I think that's going to be Racing, and they're coming through as the white flags coming through. Levin has got the better exit. Oh, a little bit of moving for blocking there from Callum Hodgkinson. Has he done enough to get it done? But he's opened it up for James Doyle. Doyle is there, 3 wide. Callum Hodgkinson's got to slow down. He's got to slow down coming across the dirt. Here comes on the intimate on the right-hand side. Here comes Levin as he comes across the inside line for James Doyle. He's got, he might have damage as well. He's got damage as well. Don't tell me that was the black and white flag and we missed it, because I will scream blue murder. That is the black and white flag coming through. Good old Iracing has done it again. But ladies and gentlemen, that last corner battle, not sure how it's going to finish, but Brandon Levin come through that corner side by side with Callum Hodgkinson, and Hodgkinson had to take the dirt to avoid contact. We'll see how that goes. We thought he had a slow down, but then came James Doyle behind Levin and Callum Hodgkinson in third. He just got ahead of Dougie Gowans. That was called in at the very, very end. Reverse top 5. That battle is going to continue. Greggy Cook, the young fella from Project 36, is going to start on the front row beside Dougie Gowans, Callum Hodgkinson beside James Doyle, Brandon Levin beside Chris Tomlin. This is going to be a cracker. The nice third heat after the penultimate round finishes. We're going to have to see what the points are like. What's the thoughts on that last one, mate?
Man, that is absolutely heartbreaking for Callum Hodgkinson. I thought he had the race won. Like, I even kind of said it, and I guess commentators curse. I thought for sure that Brandon wasn't going to be able to catch him up with 2 seconds, but Brandon just put in some mega laps and just ran him down, and Callum did everything he could to hold him off, but yeah, shot through the grass and was not able to serve his slowdown in time, and got himself a black flag for all of his troubles and his heartache. Just gutted for him.
What's your thoughts from our perspective of what we just saw then? Do you think that was on Levin, or do you think that was Callum trying to hang on too long?
So I don't know if there was, but from what I saw watching it live, it looked like there was some net code, because I swore I saw some daylight between both cars, and it was kind of a strange kind of shot off onto the grass with Hodgkinson. Like, it was such a quick and unnatural movement of how Callum's car shot onto the grass that I'm wondering if there was some net code that kind of put Hodgkinson in that predicament. But, you know, whatever was going to happen because you got both guys going for the win in the last couple corners. Neither of them are lifting. So it was
racing. It was racing, yeah. It was
exactly.
Racing. Yeah. We'll see what race control says. They'll have the telemetries and they'll have the top views and everything like that, and see what the contact was like. So we'll leave it down there. I'm sure we'll hear before the race starts, because we're in a warm up phase now at the moment, between our final heat for the night. You know, there's a bit of cheddar in the back. I'll turn them down while they're going. But man, first race, nice and clean. We saw some amazing 2 wides coming through, so the S's and the chicanes and some of the other parts of the track. Some amazing space being given by these drivers. It's taken them all year, but I think they've finally clicked that they need to, excuse me, the hiccups, they need to leave a bit more room than they have been. And it's been some aggressive, but lots of space given. I'm really liking the way they're racing tonight. And maybe it's just this track as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there isn't quite as many opportunities for, you know, crazy dive bombs and other kind of wild moves that we see at some of the other tracks. Because and this is a much more straightforward type circuit than the EV circuit.
Yeah, 100%. The question is, did Joshua Horton have problems, or did he have to leave his saddle
I don't.
to
Yeah,
go?
I don't know,
Not
because
that it matters. I think he's got the title already.
he's still in the session.
He's in a
That's
session.
why
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand.
Yeah. He must have got called out. I'm just trying to see if he's in downstairs. No, he's not in the chat room with RC. So he must have had to leave the rig for some reason. But we can have a quick look at some points. We've got a minute and a half to go before they start. Let's just go to the ladder just quickly, AMS Pro and Pro-Ams, and just quickly have a look some of the consequences of some of the racing so far tonight and what it's going to do to the title fight. Brandon Hickman, we haven't seen awful lot of him. Ash Glover had a bit of a Josh had to go for childcare duties. Oh, okay. There you go. Thanks, Barbs. Not that he needs the points anyway. Brandon Hickman has there's a fair battle going there at the moment, and he's not having the greatest of nights. Ash Glover has had a few incidents as well. I think out of those boys, the one that's probably had the most consistent run straight through is Greggy Johnson. He's been up there. So I reckon Mr. Johnson, even though he's 154 points, he's had the better run. It's still going to be down the road between Glover and Hickman. But let's go up another few steps. Joey Black has had a terrible night. So I think Johnson is safe in that third place. It's going to be between Glover and Hickman as in the switch coming through. Let's look at the Pro-Ams. Yep.
And I think Hickman gained a lot of points, because looking at the finishes, Hickman was 12th in the first one, 9th in the second one, where Glover is 20th in the first one and 11th in the second one. So, yeah, I think Brendan was able to gain some major points on Ash in the first two races tonight.
Yeah. And then we've got in the Pro-Ams, we've got Greggy Crook with Thomas Cena. Thomas Cena's not had a spectacular night tonight, and neither has Cam Hardwick, actually. We usually see Hardwick in the second race up somewhere near the top. So those boys are going to be a bit all over the shop. Tomlin's probably had the better run out of these boys at the moment. We haven't got much time left. Let's quickly have a look at the pros, because we're just about to go hot, I think. Let me just change my screen. No, we're not. The boys are, oh no, they're starting to get on track now. They're starting to get on. All right, so quickly there, Josh Horton's looking after his little brother, had to do some kindy duties, but he has got himself a 140-point lead, so that's going to be no consequence to him at this point. Thomas Cooley has had a rough night. Cruz McVee, not too bad. Carter Dines, first race, good. Second race, not really. Daniel Burns not here tonight. Mortimer has had a dog's breakfast tonight. Dougie Gowans has been up there consistently in the top 5 and 10, so I think he's got some critical points that he's going to get there. So, yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, that's going to be a tough one for the minor prices at the moment. The top 3, Cooley, Cruz, Dines, I don't know. We'll have to look. Where's Brandon Lemon? He's all the way down. Brandon Lemon's left his run way too late for the season. All right, ladies and gents, we'll go back to the main view. If you're watching someone out there and you want to support them, please let us know. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Front row, we've got Greggy Crook from the Project 36 team beside the old Dougie Gowans, Guns Out Gowans from the FTA SLM Academy. Second row, Callum Hodgkinson with James Doyle. Third row, Brandon Levin with Chris Tomlin. Fourth row, Ryan Price and Thomas Cena. In the fifth row, Brandon Hickman and Thomas Cooley, as these boys are all lining up. In the sixth row, Ash Glover and Joey Black. In the seventh row, Cruz McVee and Liam Jensen. In the eighth row, Russell Gander and Greggy Johnson. Ninth row, Mark Snow and Trev Mortimer. 10th row, Carter Dines and Stevie Daniels. Following them through is Stephanie Pickles in the 11th row with Dean Sinkovich, and in the 12th row, Cameron Hardwick and Brad Dines. In the 13th row, David Simmons, Danny Bartouche. 14th row, Shane Newens and Mark Cochran. In the 15th row, Kev Wakefield, as we wait for one more car to come through. Ladies and gentlemen, final heat of the night for the penultimate round of the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals, as the titles will go down the line for minor premiers in positions in the pros. Pro AMs are pretty much sold up, but the AMs are up to 5 different drivers. We will see how it's going to come out tonight. Final round that they can do drops. No more after this. After this round, we are into the final round of the year for the GR86 Nationals. The clock's about to tick over as I take a swig of me cordial. With no vodka in it. And it's about to go hot for the last heat of the penultimate round at Portland. The Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals, brought to you by SRW TV and SRW Leagues. These boys, 30-plus cars every week, fighting it out and giving it a great shake, putting on some action. We are about to go. The clock's about to tick. We are green. One of the Kalala cartels pulled out quickly to get around some cars behind him, but Dougie Gowans is already side by side with Callum Hodgkinson and Greggy Cook. They're going 3 wide. Callum's pulled it out to make sure it's cleaner. Dougie Gowans is holding fast to that inside line. He's got it blocked out. He's got Cookie on the inside and into the gap between Callum Hodgkinson. We've got Dean Sikowicz in the background turning it around. Brandon Levin has got himself up beside James Doyle, as well as we've got Callum Hodgkinson and Dougie Gowans back to the battles we've seen earlier in the season between these two. Hodgkinson's taken some beautiful pace through that S-bend, and good old Dougie's holding on for bare skin of his teeth to keep it side by side. The Koala Cartel behind them of James Doyle and then Brandon Levin on SRW Motorsports, not TV, following suit very quickly. Brandon Levin has got right on the back of it, but Ryan Price in 6th place has followed these boys through nicely. The battle between Dougie Gowans and Callum Hodgkinson has not finished. Gowans taking the inside line as they come to the back S's. Gowans on the inside line. He's got Callum on the outside. They've tucked in behind each other nicely. Oh, here comes James Doyle on the inside of Callum Hodgkinson, and here comes Brandon Levin following him as well. Levin is tucked in nicely, taking advantage of Callum taking the wider line. And then there's also Ryan Price tucking in beside Callum, trying to get in and underneath him. That move of Callum's music got a couple of places we've fallen from that. Levin is taking the line on James Doyle. Will he get him under brakes? He's tucked in nicely behind Dougie Gowans, and as we see them switching again, Greggy Cook set the fastest lap as they're coming through, and he is going to slowly pull away while these boys are fighting. Ash Russell Gander again tonight. He is having a bad night out there, and incidents all the way through. Oh, what a way to go.
Gosh. Oh!
Look at them coming in 2 wides. Gander, I'm not sure if that was Gander's fault or not there, but I think I saw. Oh, look at this sandwich. Look at this go. 2 cars squashing Danny Bartouche in the middle there. We've got Vermilion on the inside. We've got, looks like Tobin on the other side. Oh, Bartouche's re-entry is terrible. Safety car has been called. Bartouche's re-entry was, all I can say to that re-entry, Dan, I'm sorry, it was blah. Oh, that was shocking. There was a bit of carnage through there, man. I'll tell you what, Kobe kept me on my toes downstairs, mate. He was switching it from one action point to another action point, and I was trying to get the cars out of my mouth and go. Let's have a look at some of this action coming through as we're watching the guys come down the main straight from the first corner. We see Carter Dines coming through. Brad Dines on the inside of Dean, rotating Dean around. So Brad Dines has kept that incident alive. I think he'll be getting a bit of a drive-through for that from the first glance. Let's have a look at some other incidents we come through. No, that's it. We've got the race leader, Greggy Cook. He's held them off. This is probably not what Greg Cook wanted, mate. This is probably the last thing on his mind for the final race. because he was doing a great job of pulling away from these boys, and now it's brought them all back.
Also, how did he get the lead back after turn 1? Because I thought for sure that Galvins was going to get the position on him, and then we click back over, and all of a sudden he's back ahead of Galvins, already starting to pull away.
We'll have a word to Kobe about switching cameras mid fight.
Well, I don't think it's the worst thing to glance over if there's an incident or a car facing the wrong way. It's just the first world problems of having too much to cover. And there's only so much you can do about that.
It's it is a bit of lotto, trying to get as much stuff out there as you can. Zach Vlasbom, fire up Greg Cook fans. Cookie's had a good night tonight. Has had a very good night. He's up at the moment. He finished 5th in the second heat, and now he's got the front row start, and pit exit is closed. We've still got. I can't hear anyone. I'm not sure why they've kept going. They might be waiting for someone across the back of the field to clear. There you go. Steph's on the chatter. Oh, Steph is talking about the rejoin that the one we saw, the delicate one that our cursed driver, Danny Bartouche, did. But here we go. All right. Hopefully they'll get going after this one.
And right now, Cook is gonna have a massive haul of points over Cena because he already had 2 great races compared to Thomas and already gained a lot as it was. And right now, he's looking to have another massive gain if things hold right now.
Yeah, it could be.
Car is pulling in.
Yep, it could be a title defining race. These last 2 for Cook. He's had a cracking run tonight and showing some really good pace actually. And we're seeing him develop as a driver over this year, from season to season, getting faster and faster. And I think joining the Project 36 team has just taken him to the next level, having a few wise brains in there as the safety car enters. We're going to see Cook go round. The question is he going to hold it all the way like Callum did? It wasn't a bad idea like Callum did before, holding him all the way to the control line. So the draft wasn't as powerful. There wasn't as much pressure in there. Will he go early? Let's see how he goes. Where's his mind at? Looks like he's put the foot down. He's gone. He's got himself a nice little gap. I think Kentucky Gowans expected him to go all the way at the flag. Gowans has already got pressure from 11 at the back of there, and James Dorr on top of him. Let's have a look at the young fella, Cook. He has done a great job. He has pulled it right away from these boys. You can see in the background, you'll see Callum Hodgkinson just take a nice little move there on Ryan Price. Ryan Price, if he's not in his class, won't fight it. He'll live to fight another day. But ladies and gents, we are down to the last 12 minutes of the penultimate round, Heat 3 of the Warren Brown Tools GR86 Nationals. 30 of the best out there, well, the best we've got anyway. Pros, Pro-Ams and Ams fighting for titles every week. 30-plus cars showing up and putting on a great show. Like and subscribe and see these boys do it every week. There's definitely never a lack of action.
You could say that again.
There is never a lack of action. As Cookie's coming through. Here we go. 82. 10-second. That's Brad Dines, which we thought it was. Yep. Oh, Cookie got a bit aggressive on the inside of that curb, then got a lot of air. Hope it hasn't stalled the car too much. Gowans went a little bit wide then as well, but he's got the pressure on the moment of Brandon Levin and James Doyle across there. They've gapped it out on the team behind them of Ryan Price, Cooley and Cena. But have a look at young Cook. He is leading his boys out. 6'11's having a look in the back of Gowans. He's having a look, but not putting in action. Just letting Gowans know that he's tapping him on the shoulder, letting him know he's there. Callum Hodgkinson, who's showed some amazing pace here through Heat 2 and Heat 3 tonight, has come through as well. Another penalty for Mark Snowy Snow. So he's got himself a bit of a go there as well. As we approach the halfway mark of Heat 3, Cookie's got himself a good little lead there of 4/10, Levin on the back of Gowans. Gowans' fight with Levin is what's saving Cookie at the moment. He is focusing on what's going on behind him because the boys are very, very close to him. And the fight is in both mirrors for Gowans, whereas Greg Cook at the moment's got some nice fresh air. If he focuses forward, I think he's doing a great job. Hodgkinson, man, just set the fastest lap of the 122.937.
Yeah, like you said a lap ago, they've just absolutely left everyone else in the lurch. It's just these five and a huge gap back to Price, who's got his hands full. Now Cooley's looking to make a move, and he's already fully alongside Price already. Already past him.
Well, we've got a comment here from someone on Facebook, Dan Buno. This is a long way from the advertised Pinnacle of racing. Well, mate, it just depends on what you think is Pinnacle. This is at the moment the biggest field of GR86 cars in the country that race every single week and battle it out. If that's not a Pinnacle of racing, what is? So if you don't like it, you can switch it off, mate, and go and watch some netball, as far as I'm concerned. But these boys deserve the praises that they get because they battle out here week in, week out, and they put on everything they can for the battles.
Oh!
Yeah, Mortimer Johnson on the back of the field again. Mortimer is, I'll tell you, he's broken some glass mirrors somewhere because his bad luck this season has gone from worse to worse.
Yeah, this has been a freaking nightmare of a race for Trevin. Look at that.
He's just overdriving it a bit, I think. Oh, look, and then the rebound as well. Yeah, I think he's just overdriving it a little bit at the moment, and he's just...
Well, I don't think
look at his re-entry! Oh, my God! Oh! That was close. I think we'll get him some black and white warning for that re-entry. That was a bit shocking. Its trajectory was a little bit too tight. As here we see Dougie Gowans having a go at Greggy Cook. He's got the inside look. Cook has got the pace on the outside of the curb. He's taking the inside line. He can't quite get it done. Dougie Gowans has loose the rear end. Oh, right across the nose of Cook and Levin. Oh, how close was that? If that's not Pinnacle of racing, what is? Oh, my God. That was unbelievable. Whew, how did they get out of that one? Oh, my God. That was crazy.
Oh, that sucks for Dougie, though.
We'll have to review that when we get a chance. Here's Josh Horton at the back there with Dines. Oh, I think he's just bounced it too much off that inside curve and gone into the side of Dines. That curve we did say was going to send someone into someone else at the moment. But whoa, what a bit of travelling there. Dougie Gowans took the lead for a couple of seconds, and the rear end let him go, and he cut across the nose of both Cook and Levin. Levin can smell something here, and he's having to go there on the inside of Cook. Great move there by Levin, but Cook's not out of the troubles yet because got Callum Hodgkinson all over the back of him as well. Hodgkinson's got some great pace coming out of this corner. He's going to be all over him as he's got koalas on the back of him as well. Have a look a few places back. We've got Ryan Price enjoying the show as well. Cook's trying to get the pass back across Brandon Levin. He's taking the inside line. Will Levin have a go on that one? Oh, Levin's taking it a little bit too sideways there and nearly lost it to Callum Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson too wide with one of the koala cartels. He is again a sandwich in between two koalas like a gum leaf. They're going to be fighting over him like a branch in a gum tree tonight as he's sandwiched between the two of them. Greggy Cook, what a stellar drive by the young fella tonight. Getting a pass done, getting the fight back from Gowans. Gowans losing the rear end. Levin passes him, and now Cook's down the pointy end again with 6 minutes to go of this feature race of our penultimate round for round 8 of the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals.
Yeah, and absolutely do not count out Hodgkinson. I think he's going to be driving with an extra bit of pep in his step. He wants to make good from race 2 just falling out of his hands. He wants to take this one. The best way to make up for one lost win is to get another. Is Levin pulling the same move? He is deadly with that move. No one's
He
been
is
able to
loving
make
that corner. Loving that corner.
Just can't do anything to hold him back. He's just pulling that off to perfection.
Yep. Have a look at the snake. He's trying to break the toe. Oh, he's broken the toe, but look at this. Greg Cook is taking the inside line. He's thinking, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to go back. Levin's opened up that corner. He's done the great job. Oh, Cook's bogged it down through the exit of that apex there, and he's got James Doyle all over the back of him at the moment. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but Cook is feeling the heat right now. Have a look at the overlap coming through there. He's got to be careful. Don't cut the nose off. You're getting a bit wobbly. Callum Hodgkinson's going to take advantage of this. Hodgkinson's tucked in front of the Koala Cartel. He's got it in behind Cook. Great bit of work by Hodgkinson, taking advantage of the situation. The Koala Cartel are getting in each other's way at the moment as well. But Hodgkinson is showing some cracking pace. He's the fastest on track at the moment. A 1:22.937. If he can get himself in front of Cook at the moment, he's going to chase down Brandon Levin, and we're going to see repercussions from the heat too.
Oh, this is going to be wild. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Look at this. Oh, there was nothing in that gap. We're talking 1/10 between three cars, 1/10 between Hodgkinson's front car, 1/10 behind him as well. As look at all these Koala Cartels coming out of nowhere for the feature race. They're all trying to break the toe. Cook is under some immense pressure, as is Callum Hodgkinson right now as well. He's got to be careful as he gets his entry right. He's got one of the Koala Cartels on the inside line. Does it beautifully. I can't believe that's not an off track, but look at the air he got through that corner.
This has to be the most confusing battle for Callum Hodgkinson, looking in the mirror and seeing the same damn car times 3 in his mirror.
It's Groundhog Day, man. It's Groundhog Day. He keeps saying, didn't I just pass you? There's another one there. Didn't I just pass you? There's another one there. They're all tapping you on the shoulder saying, I'm next. Oh, it's almost like an Aussie Crawl song when they all boys line up.
And in all of this, Levin has not gotten away. Cook is still within striking distance.
Yeah, and you know what? With all this excitement in the front of the field, I've forgotten completely about the second camera in the back of the field because there's battles galore out there as well. Oh, as one of them just leaves the circuit. Yeah, one of them goes round and round. We are down to the last 3.5 minutes, viewers, of the penultimate round of the Warren Brown Tools GR86 Nationals. And Brandon Levin's finally got himself at the pointy end. As you can hear Mr. Watson screaming in the background, he's watching different cameras. He can see cars coming off and on. Looks like one of the Koala Cartels has hurt his car. Cam Hardwick's off track as well.
Yeah, Liam Jensen had a very unfortunate set of corners, and that car is toast.
Toast, yeah. You can see it limping, and it looks like it was almost crab walking. Oh,
yeah,
there's that Scander again.
Yeah,
Scander's having troubles with that car.
And then here's the incident with Jensen. He's going to get loose right here. Too much curve.
Too much corner. Oh, he still held it.
Saves it, but then
he did save it, and then he got tapped. Oh, no.
The wall I was talking about at the top of the show.
That was going to be the save of the day. That one was going to be cracking. Thanks, guys. Yeah. It's fun till it all wasn't. Wreckfest in no longer for me, onwards and upwards.
Oh no, Hardwick.
Oh, Hardwick's gone as well. You have broken definitely a mirror there, Mr. Bartouche. I don't know where your bad luck's coming from, mate. Oh, that was like the Malachi crunch. He got flipped from the front and the back. Lovely work. Kev Wakefield's just called a bump and run in, but Dean Sinkovich is in there as well. Oh, look at that. He had nowhere to go, unfortunately. He was sandwiched from the front and the back as it came through. Joshua Horton's out on track in 19th place for the fastest lap of the 122.707. But ladies and gentlemen, we are down to the last minute and a half, and we can see in the top screen, Brandon Levin still having the fight of his life with Greg Cookie there behind him with 5/10. Callum Hodgkinson 4/10. James Doyle 2/10. Thomas Cooley 2/10. Cruz McVie 4/10. The Koalas are coming out of the woodwork, and they're all over the back of Callum Hodgkinson. He is the difference between the safety of Greg Cook at the moment and him being swallowed up by the other Koalas, because Callum's pace is holding these boys back at the moment.
Yeah, but he's doing an incredible job holding them off. It's 3v1, and he's just keeping them at bay.
Yeah, it is. He's being ganged up on big time. Big time. There's a few battles down the back there. They're following Kev Wakefield with Carter Dines, Ash Glover, Russell Gander, Cam Hardwick, and Brad Dines they're coming through. But as we can see right now on that screen, Callum Hodgkins is holding these boys back. We are down to the last 30 seconds. There's got to be a white flag come through here. Let me see.
Yep.
Is he there? Is he
White
waving
flag.
that damn flag? Is he doing his damn job? Is he on a
He
coffee
sure
break again?
is. Nope,
All right,
you
there
see
he
him.
is. Ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate round, Heat 3, is being led by Team SRW Motorsports driver Brandon Levin. Project 36, Greggy Cook, the young fella, is in second place. Callum Hodgkinson for Black OPR in third. Then we have a heap of koalas chasing him down. I'm just watching these koalas come through, and for me, it's like an episode of the Planet of the Koalas. They've got Doyle there, Cooley there, and McVie, and Ryan Price just in the back markers, having his own little stoush there with Dougie Gowans and Thomas Cena. But we are coming down to the final run. Critical points for a lot of drivers in the championship tonight. A lot of positions are going to be swapped and changed. There's no more drop rounds after tonight, so it is where it is. It's going to be critical. I can't wait to see how it all pans out after the scoreboard's updated. Another 013 bump and run. 013 Carter Dines. He's got himself 5-second penalty for the bump and run as the koalas are fighting themselves out there. There's no Gumtree rules out there. They're coming through the final few corners. And ladies and gentlemen, as we crossing the line, Brandon Levin takes over the race and wins the Heat 3 of the penultimate round of the Toyota GR86 Nationals. Second place is Greggy Cook coming across the line, followed by Callum Hodgkinson and chased by a pack of koalas. James Doyle in fourth. Cruz McVie fifth, and Thomas Cooley's got himself at the pointy end as well. As we cross the line in the Pro-Ams, in third place for the Pro-Ams, and seventh online is Ryan Price, followed by Thomas Cena. Ninth place, Dougie Gowans. 10th place, Brandon Hickman. He looks like he's going to get the Pro-Am, the Am title tonight, the way he's driven. We have I-13 finished with unserved black flag, 35-second penalty. Oh, so that's going to be more time. As we can see, the yellow car of Brandon Levin from Team SRW Motorsports with the big Warren Brown logo slammed on the side of it. The winner of Heat 3. The penultimate round. I'm losing it. I don't know how he's doing a burnout, because those things are not easy to do burnouts, but he is stoked. It's good to see out there. Mate, some championship defining moments tonight. And also, I tell you what, Greggy Cook, my driver of the night, he did a cracking job there tonight.
Yeah, he gained an obscene amount of points over Cena. That is the night he needed. And just an impressive drive, being up there battling for the overall win. Like, just unreal pace all night long from our Pro-Am winner.
Yeah, all night long like Lionel Richie. I'm getting a few dad jokes in tonight, viewers. I'll tell you what, it doesn't disappoint. This track is absolutely a cracker for these cars. I really, really liked it. I think it kept the momentum going there. The braking points are still hard enough for some moves to happen, but still fast enough for some side-by-side action. We saw that big S chicane in the last two corners we saw some beautiful side-by-side driving through that. That was amazing.
Yeah, this is a perfect track for these cars. There's a lot more passing opportunities that these things can take advantage of than some of the bigger and more higher powered cars. Like some of these moves, you cannot even consider doing them in an Indy car, like going too wide through the last chicane. But these things absolutely, and Levin showed that not only can you do it, you can do it to perfection and multiple times a race.
Yeah, he really had that down pat, didn't he? That corner, taking that first apex of that S, shouldn't say the middle apex of the S, into the straight was just amazing, wasn't it?
It was just nothing anyone can do to defend on that move.
Yeah. And we're waiting for the boys to pop into the green room. Yes, we do have a green room. We don't serve biscuits and drinks after a race. But it looks like it's only Greg Cook in there at the moment. We're waiting for who are we waiting for, mate? We're waiting for Brandon
Levin, Hickman, Hodgkinson. Yeah, since only 4 interviews since our program was also on the overall podium.
Yes, very much so. Mr. Greg Cook, the Pro-Am, taking that out, also in second place, and Brendan Hickman in 10th place. So a nice performance from him today too. All right, Callum Hodgkinson's in there. We're just waiting for Hickman to join us, and then we'll have a chin wag to him and start the proceedings. One more round after this. I can't believe that 2026 is gone, so 2025 is gone so quick, and 2026 is around the corner. But if you're into sim racing, the boys have, all the admins have put together the amazing seasons for 2026 already. The calendar is coming through fast and thick, and wait till you see the calendar for the 86s for next season. It is going to be a perler. Very, very, very nice. All right, we're going to give these boys another minute or so of me talking tiddlywinks as I thank the sponsors, and we'll do the standings as well, and we'll get the boys through. So special thanks out there. Sorry, as my voice cracks on me, to all our sponsors out there, to Grim Industries, to Shunt Sceneries, to the Nightshade Apparel, to Moser Racing, to Phoenix Driver Development, and the legends that are Warren Brown Tools. Thank you for supporting with us for season 4, but also for season of all the seasons in 2025. As we can see tonight, the feature race round results has been taken out by Team SRW's Brandon Levin in top spot. It's been long waited, and he's finally got it up there at the moment. In second place, the young fella Greg Cook from Project 36 got himself after a stellar drive tonight, and my driver of the night. He showed some amazing pace tonight and put together a beautiful package across 3 races. Callum Hodgkinson showed some late pace in the second and third heat from Blackout OPR. In third place, James Doyle from the Koala Cartel in 4th place. In 5th place, Cruz McVie, after he was battling it up the pointy end and took that chicane a little bit too hard, and got himself almost on top of his tin from the Koala Cartel in 5th. Thomas Cooley, good to see him to some back of the form at the top end of the field in 6th after he had a few off weeks previous, not the last round, but the previous few rounds to that. Ryan Price surprised me tonight, getting himself up the pointy end in 7th place. Great drive there by Ryan. Thomas Cena looks like he might have some championship stuff going on for him as well in 8th place. Dougie Gowans had a bit of an up and down night and got the lead in this race, but then took off the nose of Brandon Levin and Greg Cook as he rotated across the track. Brandon Hickman in 10th place, taking out the AMs tonight with a cracking drive in 10th place outright. 11th place, Stevie Daniels from LCR Esports. In 12th place, Greggy Johnson from Team Greg Racing. In 13th place, Dean Sinkovich from Team SRW Motorsports. In 14th place, Joshua Horton from Vermilion Esports team. In 15th place, David Simmons from the Apex Air Apex Esports League, and Ash Glover from Glover Racing in 16th. Russell Gander from the Vortex Racing Team in 17th. Cameron Hardwick from SLM in 18th. Mark Snow from SLM in 19th. And 20th place goes to Brad Dines from Dines Tune Racing. As we switch it down to the final 10 positions for tonight's race, 30 cars on track. Kev Wakefield from LCR Esports gets it into 21st. Liam Jensen from the Koala Cartel after destroying his car in the last few laps in 22nd place. Steph Nicoli in 23rd place from the Apex Esports League. In 24th place, Carter Dines from Dines Racing. 25th goes out to Joey Black, and 26th from Shane Newens from Mueller Racing. 27th place from one of the unluckiest guys out there, Trev Mortimer, in 27th place, and 28th place, Chris Tomlin, who had some PC issues. And then we have the unluckiest guy on track all season long, Mr. Dan Bartouche, in 29th place. Safety car tonight was driven by Jason Depth, and downstairs it was our race director, Greg Barber, and race steward was Stefan McCartain. Cracking bit of work out there, and other boys all out there. Well, we haven't got Hickman, but let's continue it on. We'll start with Callum Hodgkinson in third and bring him down from the OPR team himself, who showed some cracking pace in the second and third round tonight. It's good to see you at the pointy end again. Mr. Callum Hodgkinson, you were rapid tonight. You were just being held back by the battles, mate. How was it out there?
Yeah, awesome fun tonight, guys. Had a ball. Good racing. A bit of a miss up in that second race. I had the win by the hand, but I lost at the last corner. So, but all in all, it was good fun. I've had a couple of weeks off because I've been working away. So good to be back and have a good night.
Was there contact between you and Levin in that last corner? Was it net code?
Yeah, no, there was contact. We sort of come together. I was hoping we were going to be able to go too wide around there, but we bumped and I sort of just went through the cut through and I had to slow down and had to try and.
Was it racing, or was it you trying to hold on a pass that wasn't going to make it?
I was trying to hold. I was trying to hold on. I was racing. It was, when you're winning by a couple of seconds the whole race, and then the last lap, you're always going to throw everything at it. So.
Yeah, got to throw everything at it, mate. It was a great bit of racing between the two of you. Actually, the racing tonight was outstanding from a lot of the boys out there. The 2x2 through the chicanes was spectacular. Seeing some of the battles coming through, space given everywhere. The Koala Cartel were all over the back of you like a gum leaf, mate. How was that pressure?
Yeah, it was good. I actually quite like this track. I'm glad I was able to make it tonight, but it's quite hard to pass on this track. So as much as the pressure's behind you, there's only a couple of spots that you got to really cover, and you can sort of hold out. But yeah, it was great racing by all the top guys tonight. Like that last race was awesome fun. I haven't had fun like that for a while. So yeah, credit to all those guys.
Yeah, it looked like fun out there. Me and James were loving it. I hope the viewers loved it, except for Dan Bono, whoever you are. But Callum, great work out there, mate. A few weeks off for work, back on track, making it back just in time for the last two rounds, and a little bit of fun. Who gets Mr. Hodgkinson out on track, mate?
Yeah, the OPR boys, simrigs.com, Palmerston Bakery, Construction Sim Supply, DSM Painting and Decorating, Ground to Earth, Shunt Scenery. Thanks to those guys, and obviously you guys for the broadcast, and SRW for the league. Thanks.
Excellent, mate. Well, it's good to have you back, mate. We did miss you while you're away. We mentioned you a few times in some of the shows, so when you go watch them back, you'll see that there was a bit of love lost. But continue the fun, mate. I'll be chatting to you soon, and congratulations on a cracking race tonight, mate. Really good pace. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Legend. Cheers.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Callum Hodgkinson from Black OPR in third place tonight. We had a spectacular run out there, and he was on fire. As usual, second place gets interviewed by Mr. Watson, and the young fella, Mr. Greg Cook, who took out second place of the feature race tonight, will be joining us after I reckon he is my driver of the night tonight. Put out some amazing pace. And I think tonight would be the race I'm going to say is his transition from just a good driver to a stellar driver. Mr. Cook, welcome to the room. Mr. Watson has got some questions for you.
Hello.
Yeah, you were just the pace you had all night was unreal. Not only were you the top pro-am by a mile tonight, like you were legitimately one of the fastest cars all night long. This track really seemed to suit your driving style.
Yeah, well, it does when I've not driven here before in this car. I've only driven it once in an Indy car, so to get this sort of result at a track I haven't really driven before is just out of this world.
Yeah, and because of that, you were able to absolutely grow the gap you had on Cena coming in for the Pro-Am Championship. The gap is much bigger now than it was coming into this race.
Yeah, well, that was the plan. Plan one was to finish in front of Thomas and Cam, both of the SLM boys, and that was achieved. So I'm like, I'm already up here. I may as well just try and go for the win. But yeah, the pro drivers are just a little bit quicker than I was. But yeah, really good pace I had tonight.
Yeah, and you had some great kind of overtaking moves there. Some awesome battles between you and Doug through the turn one chicane, and then you and Levin through the final chicane a couple of times.
Yeah, I was just trying to stay out of trouble in the chicane after I got, I think I got tagged by a car into the chicane on the first race. But yeah, just trying to stay out of trouble, really.
And how difficult is that to do, trying to balance holding on to the win in your class and the points haul you're getting, but still trying to battle for the overall win?
It's nerve-wracking and definitely very sweaty, but if you can just eke out a gap and sort of keep that gap, it seems to be all right, which I did have that gap until the safety car, and then I was spewing. But yeah, I just tried to run my own race tonight and it seemed to work.
Yeah, you can say that again. Incredible drive all night long. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give?
Well, all the boys at Project 36 and all their sponsors, I still haven't got them down yet, but I'm sure one of them can put them in the chat. Um, I'm gonna get in trouble. But
You'll be
well,
right, mate. You're still learning. You're all right. Mate, I've only got one question for you. What went through your mind when Dougie Pounds passed you and then after the chicane just spun right across your nose?
yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, he's got this move done, and then he's all of a sudden sideways. So I'm like, where am I supposed to go now? Go to the right? And I thought he's gonna spin in front of the cars behind, but the car behind seemed to avoid him. So that was very lucky.
Yeah, you and Brandon Lemon both nearly got your nose clipped there. It was very,
Yeah.
very lucky. It could have taken all three of yous out, and it would have been just the Koala Cartel running, waving the gum leaves right across the finish line.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been ideal.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations. You're my driver of the night tonight. You did a stellar job out there. Cracking work, mate. Good luck for the final round, and hope you're having a blast. And we'll speak to you maybe next week.
Yeah, hope so.
All right. Take care, brother.
See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a young fella, Greg Cook from Project 36, taking out the second step of the podium. Now, in another proud moment, Mr. Brandon Levin from Team SRW Motorsports comes in the room as winning the feature race after a very close incident with Mr. Dougie Gowans that Greg Cook and we just discussed. Mr. Levin, how's that, mate? How was it out there, and how was that Dougie spinning in front of you in those laps there?
Yeah, it was a really good race, mate. It was interesting from start to finish, and I was pretty fortunate to only just miss Dougie.
That was close. That was real close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who was closer to you or Greg.
Oh, mate, I had plans on just hanging back on Dougie because I didn't think I had the speed to keep with him. When I saw him spin, I was pretty surprised.
He's an absolute weapon, but when he has bad luck, he has bad luck. He's a bit like Danny Bartouche. He'll have a good night, and then all of a sudden it just goes pear shaped. Maybe they should change their name to Pear Shaped Racing, with one of the other boys that races in there. But what did you think of the track, man? You were an absolute weapon coming through that chicane. Was that your favourite part of the track?
That part was great, and coming onto the back straight was great.
Yep.
But whoever finished behind me in the feature, they were absolute rocket into turn one.
James, that was Callum.
Yeah.
Oh no, in the last race.
In the feature race, yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that was Callum or James Doyle that was behind you really fast.
Yeah, he was super quick into turn one.
Yeah.
But, I just needed to make sure that I kept getting good exits onto that back straight. And I knew I was pretty decent in the last sector.
Well, the Koalas were swapping at one point. Yeah, James Doyle, Cruz McVee on you at one point. I think it might have been Cruz McVee that was rapping on top of you because he was battling with you in the second race and the third race for a while, and things went a bit south for him. But then Callum Hodgkinson got in there involved as well because he had some blistering pace tonight too. So what are your thoughts on the track? Love it? Hate it?
It's all right, mate.
Straight away?
I downloaded it about 17 minutes before the race started, before qualify started. So I was kind of getting quicker and learning on the go. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, mate, it's cracking. You did some great work out there. I think next season, season 4, you'll have Kyle will be back because he had to take this one off for work. So you'll have a bit more support than normal. And the rest of the boys are coming back as well because we're going for a bit of a renaissance, aren't we, Mr. Watson?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, mate.
As Mr. Watson does all the hard work for me in the background, getting these boys straightened out. Well, Mr. Levin, you're having a cracking season. The pace is being good, not just in this car, but in other cars as well. Is it the new gear, mate, or are you just feeling more comfortable at the moment in the rig and the racing, or are you just used to the drivers around you as well?
Mate, it's not the new gear. This is only my second crack with the new steering wheel base.
Yep.
Pretty good. Makes a big difference having direct drive.
Yep.
But yeah, mate, it's just, I don't know, a bit more seat time, having a bit of fun, and I don't really care what happens. I just have a crack.
Yeah, have a crack, and the consequences are you're having fun, and that's it. And if you get good points, you get good points. If you don't, you don't. That's the way you got to look at it. I think a lot of, I mean, it's good to take this sort of racing seriously, and it's the major sport for a lot of us. We don't play sport, don't play soccer, don't play tennis. That we focus on this sort of stuff, and sometimes it just gets too much in the head, and that's when people start losing it. If you dial it back and have a bit of fun, you actually drive a lot better too, I feel.
Yeah, mate. And I'm looking forward to having a few more people in the chat while we're racing next season.
Yes, it's going to be a cracker. We've got we have signed Ryan Cox for the Formula Superlights for next season, so that's going to be someone to learn off and to race with. And we've got a few more people we're waiting for. I've been on a bit of a recruitment campaign, let's just face it, because James Watson in the room with us tonight is going to be our what do you call it?
Team principal.
Team principal, that's it. And so it's going to be a bit different. But look, enough talking about SRW. We're here for the racing and the GR86s. You left your run a bit late, mate. You're down a few places in the points. I think if this pace that you've discovered in the last month was there in the first 4 or 5 rounds, you'd be actually up there fighting for some championship points across all series.
Yeah, mate. It's just I get in when I can, mate. It's just one of those things. I can't get in every week, and that's all right.
Yeah, that's good, mate. As long as you're having a blast. Do you know who the sponsors are for SRW, mate? Do you remember?
I don't know. There is Moser Racing.
Yep.
That's all I got, mate.
Moser Racing, Warren Brown Tools.
Warren Brown Tools is another good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of them, and thank you to you, gents, as per normal. You do a great job.
Excellent, mate. Well, at least you didn't get called out on work tonight, mate, and you got to finish up and have a bit of a chat with us. Congratulations, cracking effort tonight. Stellar race. When you watch it back, you had a few of your mates viewing it as well, so hopefully they enjoyed it as much as we did in the broadcast room. See you next week, mate, for the final round of the season, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks, lads. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the winner of the penultimate round Mr. Brandon Levin from Team SRW Motorsports, yes, my team, and did a stellar drive out there. But my choice tonight was actually Greggy Cook as the driver of the night. I think tonight was one of those nights where a driver goes from one level to the next. I think he really found some new pace and some quality driving as far as racecraft and everything like that. Mr. Watson, what do you reckon?
Yeah, like he just had some mega pace, and we already talked about it a million times with all the moves he was able to pull off into the second chicane. Just an absolutely fantastic night from him, and going up against some serious talents in their own right, and Cook, Gowans, McVie, etc., Hodgkinson, and just coming out on top in both of those last two races.
Yeah, he did a cracking job. I mean, he had the lead and swapping the lead positions as well, fighting and getting it back as well. A lot of up and coming drivers, when they lose the lead, they get crushed, and you'll see them, they'll just fall back another spot. We've seen it happen with a lot of the pro-ams and the AMs through the series this year and this season as well. But he held on to it and fought back, which is kudos to him. That's one of the reasons I think for me would drive the night, because he didn't give up. He kept fighting to get that spot back, and he just stayed calm and just knew where he had to get his car into place, and got the position back and got it done a few times. So it's hats off to the young fella. Cracking bit of driving out there. Cracking bit of driving.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the penultimate round, the Warren and Brown Tools Toyota GR86 Nationals, a place where the boys come in every week, 30-plus cars battling off and showing our wares, AMs, Pro-Ams, and Pros fighting for the titles that we come up here for an offer on our broadcast. Come and join us every week, because the show is about these drivers and they deserve to be viewed. They deserve to have the plaudits of the YouTube chat as well, even if some people don't like the pinnacle of the Tim Top Racing. But thank you very much for supporting us out there. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Come join us not tomorrow night, but it's Thursday. But if you're a member of SRW, we are racing GT3s on Sunday nights, non-broadcast series that we're running, which is still a lot of fun, but we are at the pinnacle of our racing. Next week is the last round of 2025. For those of you who come along the ride for us for all of 2025, it's been amazing. Come and join us at 8 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the last rounds of the season. But thank you very much for all your support to Grim Industries, to Moser Racing, Phoenix Driver Development, Shunts, Nightshade Collection, and Warren and Brown Tools. Thank you and good night from us, and see you all next Tuesday night for round 9.